Oh, we've got a big day here at the course, with a little bit of no time to do anything. So we're I actually have to detail the Durango today for my parents inside and out. I told them I would do that. I have to fix some irrigation problems again. And then and then I have to do some mowing on top of that, although tomorrow will be my big mow day, and I can do what I can do, and that's kind of been my attitude the last couple of weeks here with how busy my schedule has been with golf and with coaching golf and just life in general. There's only so much you can do, and I keep my golf course in pristine, tip-top condition for being basically a one-man show right now. So there's only so much you can do, and that's kind of my mantra of the day here. So we're gonna see where we are at with everything when we get to the course. This is the latest start I've had in quite some time, actually. And that's okay. Yesterday was a long, tough day. Our boys didn't make it to state, and that got kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. So we're gonna throw the Durango into sport mode here, turn our ventilated seats on, and get going. But I do have to say I love the progressive growth regulators that I put on. I do have to say it's allowing me to not, and get this, you can see it's dry out. We haven't had rain. It maybe looks like we had a sprinkler or two on the windshield last night, but we haven't had rain in weeks now, and it's definitely showed. Nothing is growing. Fairways aren't growing. Greens, tees and fringes aren't growing. Anything. Roughs, nothing is growing. So that's kind of helped out in the fact that I don't have to mow as much right now the last week. My mowing intervals for fairways aren't Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now I'm going to be able to, I did it on Monday. I'll be able to get away with maybe tomorrow or even Friday because there's no rain. So I'm able to basically get away with mowing fairways maybe a couple times a week right now. Tees and fringes and greens, I put down growth regulator about 2 weeks ago. It'll be 2 weeks ago Friday. So I can get away with mowing tees and fringes just twice a week, which is awesome. So I did tees and fringes here. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think when I did them last. Sunday. I did them early Sunday morning. So I should maybe do them today. Otherwise, I will do them tomorrow. I can get away with doing them actually tomorrow. So the growth regulators have helped me out a ton. I'm kind of hoping I could do that on the fairways someday. Maybe this summer when I get some more help to do the other mowing here for a day. I'll apply the growth regulators here on the fairways. But I just love the products that I'm putting out, Pack Low and T-Nex. They've got some good active ingredients in it, and I do have to say I'm fairly impressed with the results, and impressed with myself for the first time ever using them. I just like that I'm able to save some time with mowing now. Although the one downside of that is my greens had some damage from aeration last year, so I wasn't able to get that full growth. And if I didn't apply the growth regulators on the greens, then I would have been able to get that growth, but that's okay. Woo, that's too fun to do. It's 5:17 in the morning. I just woke up all this whole fucking neighborhood. Shoot. Anyway, where was I going with that? So my greens here just haven't grown in the way I've wanted them to yet. Another 2 weeks. I've been saying that now for the last 2 weeks, but another 2 weeks, greens should be growing in just fine, and we shouldn't have any other problems. But lesson learned with aeration, I used dull tines last year, and that just wasn't good. So this year I'm just going to do a solid tine aeration and basically go from there and not have that huge process of removing the cores and trying to do core cleanup, which last year was a disaster because it was so wet out. This year it's not quite as much of a disaster because it probably won't be so wet out, and I'm not going to be using huge tines. I'm just going to be using a regular solid tine and then go over it with the top dresser. But anyway, we're going to get going when we get to the course here, and tired. Figure out what we're going to do with the day here. So we're just mowing greens here. You can see the fairways. I guess it's tough with iPhone. The fairways really haven't grown much in the 2 days, and usually we're on right now, it's after Memorial Day, so I go to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday mowing schedule, but I'll be able to get away with possibly not mowing these tomorrow and maybe Friday, and just because of the fact that I'm only watering with irrigation. I haven't fertilized yet, so the turf just hasn't got the nutrients that it needs, and I'm thinking about fertilizing next week or the following. I'm just waiting to see some rain in the forecast here. Otherwise, everything looks good. I'm pretty happy with everything here. You can see now I'm not having any issues with the fringes here besides the Poa annua. So bentgrass and the bluegrass that I've had mixed in here is just fine, actually. And even the greens here, it's the growth regulator is doing a fantastic job of keeping the Poa down on the greens. But you can see as we move out here into the fringes, into the depths of the fringes, you can see some of that Poa is starting to sprout up a little bit more. It's starting to seed head as seen right there. So that's creating some inconsistency within my fringes. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I don't have a ton of Poa here. So I think I'm going to hold off today and do it tomorrow. Just do one big mow tomorrow. I got started a little later than I wanted to this morning. So I think what I'm going to do is probably start early tomorrow morning in order to get everything done before the golfers really start going hard here. So overall, though, I'm really happy with the growth regulators. I even sprayed a little bit, outside on the edges of the roughs, and that's done a good job of keeping that down, actually. But the dosage that I used was specifically for greens, so that would be why the Poa on the fringes is taking off a lot faster than the Poa on the tee boxes, because I used a higher dosage of Paclo and T-Nex on the tee boxes compared to on the fringes and greens here. So that would explain why the Poa is starting to sprout up, as seen here, a little bit faster than the normal Kentucky bluegrass or the bentgrass here. So with that being said, I mowed these early Sunday morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's basically a full day. So a full Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 full days. And usually this is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday rotation. So tomorrow will be almost 4 full days, basically, of no mowing. So that's pretty good. If I can do like a Tuesday, Friday, or a Monday, Thursday, or even a Monday, Friday rotation here with tees and fringes, that saves me a lot of time. It takes me about 3 hours to do tees and fringes. So if that could save me 3 hours a week, that's a ton of time for me to be focusing on something else around here that needs to be done. But overall, I have to say I'm very happy with the results here. And you can still see the iPhone, of course, makes the greens look worse than what they are. But you can still see here with the greens that some of these aeration holes just haven't quite healed back, and I was making fantastic progress with them, except I put down the growth regulators, and of course that really halts the growth on it. And now I'm almost waiting for the growth regulators to run out, and hopefully give it a week of good growth here and then reapply. But it should be about a 5-week process on the growth regulators. We're about 2 weeks down, so we're almost halfway through it. Another week we'll be halfway through it here. So, and then after that I'll let them grow out a little bit here, and hopefully get some of the growth here where you can see it looks like shit. So overall though, very happy with the product applied for the first time doing it, and I truly can't wait to get my new greens mower back. This one is nice, but it's just new is better, new is nicer. So we're gonna continue mowing. All right, the day is over with. We got our issues fixed, and now we're just taking the Durango back. It's a shame. It's a shame we got to return it, but the golf course is good. It's really dry. Oh gosh, we just need some rain, but that's okay. It is what it is. So hopefully we don't have any challenges tomorrow. When I fix that irrigation issue I've been talking about, I will do an update video on that. But for now, we are just returning the car, and we are getting ready for tomorrow.